This is me at MEPS after taking the Army Oath of Enlistment in 2022. After finishing my fall semester at WVU, I was flown halfway across the United States to a place I can only describe as hell, Fort Leonard Wood. Now, there, over 16 weeks of intense training, my drill sergeants turned me and my company into combat engineers. Now, I just want to explain what a combat engineer is really quickly because that's what I do in the Army and I'm really passionate what I do. So combat engineers specialize in mobility, counter mobility, and survivability. Now, what does that mean in layman's terms? Basically, we destroy enemy fortifications, build up our own, and pave the way for infantry to get through. It's just what I do in the Army and I think it's really cool. One night at basic, while the drill sergeants were away, I was talking to my buddy Gordon, and we were flabbergasted about how weird it was that just a couple months ago we were normal people. Gordon was a 911 operator. I was going to class, taking tests, just being a normal college student. But at basic, I was handling more C4 than an 18-year-old should ever get their hands on, doing countless reruns on how to most effectively clear a room of bad guys, and rucking so much that a trainee in another platoon bled through his boot.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
And in a month, Gordon and I would be back to our normal lives. He'd be a 911 operator, and I'd be going to class, taking tests, and being a normal college student. But now, I need to wrestle my double life of being a student and a soldier. How the hell was I going to do that? So first, I'd like to look at what benefits the military actually gives to students. Like, what about being in the military actually helps a student graduate? And I would like to take a moment to disregard financial benefits, like the GI Bill, getting in-state tuition, and getting tuition assistance. Now, I know this is a little controversial. Like, obviously, going to college for free, financially speaking, helps a student graduate. So I'd like to look more into the less widely known reasons that the military can help and that it takes away from a student being able to graduate from college. In this research paper, Our Turn to Serve, Assessing Military-Connected Students by, and I'm sorry to the authors, but I am going to butcher your names, Christina J. Lunsford, Eric Butekoffer, and Yoff Roberts. They take a look at different patterns and success rates of military students. They use the National Veterans Education Success National Veterans Education. They used a database of grades from military college students and found that, and I quote, many veteran and military-connected students have overall academic success and timely progress toward program completion. 71.6% of student veterans were successful in attaining their degree. So why does this occur? Well, I'm going to give my own expertise on this because I'm a soldier myself, so I feel like I have a good enough voice to talk about this. I think part of the reason that military students have such a good success in school is part of the Army values that are instilled in them. From the very first day we were at basic, we were taught the Army values. Some of these are, I will never give up, I will never quit. It's pounded into us, and some of that ideology kind of bleeds off from doing other Army things, like schoolwork, for example. So that could be a reason why military National Guard students are very good at school, because they get their head down and they start working. If there's one thing I remember from basic, it was that if you didn't want to get yelled at, if you didn't want to start doing push-ups, you got what you were told to do done, and you did it fast and you did it efficiently. So now we're going to look at the negatives of being in the military and how that relates to a student's success rate in college. Well, obviously it's the military. There's going to be some negatives, and the biggest one that not a lot of people think about with the National Guard especially is the time commitment. For mine, I will be going overseas and training Ukrainians for 2 straight weeks. So it's a lot of time commitment. Not as much as the active army, obviously, but it can be inconvenient when you need it to not be most. My AT is going to be in May. Next semester, when I'm taking finals, I will be away in the Czech Republic, not able to take finals. So I need to take that into account. The biggest thing for National Guard students that plagues them is the time commitment. Oh, hello, hello. Hopefully everything is recording all right. Well, thank you for watching the video. I know there's not a lot of information in this. It's a draft. I'm really sorry. Um, I wanted to get more graphics into this, but I didn't really have the time. I know I bit off more than I could chew, but I love making videos, and it's something I kind of wanted to do. So for this project, I am going to be replacing portions. You might see me with a different t-shirt on in a different location. I really want to make this project the good one because I love making videos and this format is really cool. So thank you for hanging in with me. I think I've got my sources going right here in the screen right now for you, so you can take a look at them. They're also down below in the description. So thank you. Hopefully my Wendigoon costume gets me extra points.